Okay, man. What's good, y'all boys? What's good? What is it? Is it semifinals? Is this what it's called when it's only 4 niggas left? Is it called the Great Semifinals? Come on. Hey, man. Week 8, dawg. Hold up, dawg. Let me lock it. NRL. Round 8. Week 3. Round 3. Finals week 3. Finals footy. Whatever you want to call that shit is here. It's crazy. I got a few of these videos put up. Fox Leave, Matty and Cronk, all the shits, man. All the shits I need to watch. I got them all put up, I believe. If I ain't tripping, I got You Have to Marvel, Matty and Cronk dissect Cleary's big game plays and dogs beat down. What I got? They talk tough, they back it up. The Sharks talking about them Sharks. Hey, them Sharks. Hey, Sharks. Hey, y'all here now? It ain't no more. Oh my God, we believe now. So now you better show. Now you gotta show, you feel me? We believe now, so now you gotta show. Then what else I gotta put up, man? Some more Fox League shit. Let's get to it. I ain't gonna lie. We starting off with this, because these niggas talk is crazy. The weakness Broncos can exploit the top of Panthers. Let's see it, because I look at the Panthers, I see no weakness. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little delusional when I look at the Panthers, so I gotta hear what these niggas saying, see what these got to say. But, man, I ain't even gonna think of the Broncos' best chance of winning. I think the Broncos' best chance of winning is starting early, getting going fast, getting their offense going fast. I think if they let it play the long game with Penrith, I don't think they win. They not beating Penrith how they beating the Raiders. You know, I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? If you let Penrith, and that's what I think Penrith is gonna win this game. Get an early. We need like an early try, an early comfort zone. We need an early comfort zone to where we can slow the Broncos down and make them like play a little bit of panic footy, make them feel like they on their heels. You gotta put the pressure on the Broncos, make them feel like they on their heels, because that's when I feel like they at their best. But that's when I feel like that's the best chance for the other team to beat them Broncos. We get out there, score early tries, score 2 early tries, you know what I'm saying, or set that tone. Just playing defense wins this game for the Panthers. Word, that's what I'm trying to say. We play defense, we stop these boys. Defense wins this game for the Panthers. No other way. Defense wins this game for the Panthers. We get a comfort lead and then we slow them. They got, they come with them explosive dogs, them stars, them Broncos litty. Word to Brusky, you ain't gotta fake it. Them niggas tough. But all right, let me quit yapping. But the defense though, the Panthers need to have a strong defensive game. We beat these Broncos. Word to Brusky. Niggas head to that grand final game, nigga. You niggas gonna be shitty, well. You niggas gonna be shitty, well. Let's get to it though. Let me quit yapping. The weakness Broncos can exploit to topple Panthers. 100% footy. What is this? What's 100% footy? Who are these guys, man? We got Cam up there.
In the game, that being Walsh.
Walsh and Cleary. We know who better. I think I seen the thumbnail. One of the shit that said like conductor versus some other shit. I love it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Broncos Panthers.
I love everything about this matchup.
I love it. Money.
This weekend of finals where I was most excited about Raiders Broncos. This weekend, it's all about, I'd love to see my team get up the Melbourne Storm on Friday night, but it's this
Broncos,
matchup here.
Panthers.
Two very different footy sides with the way they play and the way they approach the game.
No cap. Very, very different offenses, but both very effective offenses. You know what I'm saying? Very different, but very effective.
Penrith, they're happy to just grind out
work my passes. Penrith gonna work their passes. They gonna get to they gotta get. No, the Broncos, they're going to make a play. A player going to make a play.
If they can score 40 like they did in the
weekend,
they're happy to do that also. But this Brisbane side, they want to go out and entertain from
explosive.
One.
No cap.
And they just want to blow you off the park.
No cap. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You got to stop these Broncos early. That's why I say the Panthers got to score early. My bad. I'm yapping, but fucking we here. We might be here for 5 hours. That's why I feel the Panthers got to score early, bro. An early try would help the Panthers so much. Or just early stop. I would rather be an early try than early stops, but the early stops kind of hurt confidence. But I don't want a 0-0 game going late and or a close game. I don't want a close game with the Broncos, man. You gotta score early try, stop them niggas early. Then second half, I think second half the Panthers I think the Broncos don't got a chance. Like, that's a word. That's how I feel. Second half, if the Broncos not winning or if they ain't in it, I don't think they got a chance. I ain't gonna lie. Against them Panthers.
First week live this year, with so much speed and energy and power on the footy field. Like, no one. So it's going to be interesting how, when these two teams collide with very different approaches to the game,
they're tough.
Who will come out on top?
What about the loss of Pat Carrigan?
Defense, man.
He's probably in the top.
No Patty.
Forwards in the game.
No big prop. Moses, have a day, Moses. Moses, have a day.
For the Broncos, how does that affect them, you think?
Well, I think it won't knock their confidence too much. I think they're a group that are very confident within their own
individuals,
team and who comes in to replace him. But I think what he does give
them Broncos tough, man.
That 1-2 punch with Payne Haas, right?
But it's Panthers till I die. But the Broncos got a great roster.
Best combination,
like he was saying,
team and who comes in to replace him. But I think what he does give that footy side is that 1-2 punch with Payne Haas, right? I think that's the best combination, front row combination we've got in the competition. And he gives big minutes too. He's got a high work rate. It's hard to replace something like that. But whoever comes in and fills that void will, they're just another powerful player who they're going to do some damage to the Penrith defensive line.
The big team announcements tomorrow, Alana, for the Broncos. A lot of intrigue around year 6 and 7. If Ezra Mam and Adam Reynolds are good to go, what do they do with Ben Hunt, Corey Pakes? Is sport for choice, Michael?
Ezra Mam and Adam Reynolds. I ain't gonna lie. Reynolds, keep your glad. I fuck with you. You're a very good player. This is from the Broncos' perspective. I'm telling that nigga, keep your ugly ass over there, right? Stay over there, nigga. We good, right? We killing shit right now. I'm Reece. I fuck with you, Rennie. I fuck with you, Adam. You my dog. You my boy. Word. I'm gonna go tatted with you after the season, but keep your ass up. I'm dogging shit. Reece, the way he on the ball, on the ruck, the way Reece on the ruck and shit, killing shit. I fuck with that shit, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm telling you.
Good to go. What do they do?
Fuck! Come on, Panthers defense, man! Panthers, let's play some fucking defense, boy. I ain't gonna lie. We gotta play defense, man. We gotta play defense. Hey, bro. Toho. Dylan Edwards in that middle. I need you tackling shit. Mitch Kenny. I need my niggas back hitting shit. I ain't gonna lie. We gotta play, bro. If Panthers on the win this shit, we gotta play defense, bro. We gotta play defense. Defense.
Pakes.
Okay, that's how I'm feeling.
He's very spoiled for choice. I don't know. I think it's a tough one. I'm intrigued to see what he does do. I think the
Panthers got it.
And the thing that'll work always in the Broncos' favour is that element of surprise and who they've got on the bench. Like, if you carry an Ezra Mam on the bench, which is probably the way that I would lead, you're watching the clock and you're watching the sideline waiting for when he's going to come on for his stint and what a fresh Ezra Mam's going to do, right?
Yeah, fresh Mam, fresh legs Mam, I'm shitty.
Look, they're spoiled for choice.
I'm ready to cry in that bitch.
It's going to be dangerous, but it's that player on the bench that I'd probably be more worried about containing when there is a little bit of fatigue in the game.
Considering their opposition, Gus, what's at stake? What would you be doing?
Yeah, look, it's an interesting game. We talk about system versus talent. Panthers pride themselves on their principles and their systems and their style of play. Brisbane rely heavily on their talent, their speed, their size, their skill and everything from that. When I watched the Canberra-Brisbane game back again, once it was a monument, and it was one of the most intriguing games of football you could ever watch. If you turned the sound down and turned the crowd down
really watch it.
And actually watched the football, there was a lot of loose defence from both sides.
Talk to me.
There wasn't finals defence from either side in that game. Canberra had a big lead and blew it. Broncos were down 28-12 at one stage. It was hardly looking early for them.
Early, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. Panthers go get that early try. We need some early try. We need like two tries in the first 20 minutes. We turn shit up like that, it's over.
So really, who gets their game on first? If the Panthers
I agree, Gus.
Down 28-12
I agree. Some early tries, man.
For them. So it will really who gets their game on first.
That momentum.
If the Panthers get into their rhythm,
that confidence,
they will snuff Brisbane out of this.
They'll kill them.
But if Brisbane get a run of penalties early or some good ball and can get on the scoreboard and get that crowd behind them, then they're an awesome beast to try and stop. The talent takes over and all of a sudden they've got no fear of consequence. They play without inhibition. They just play without fear of anything or hesitation with anything. And they can get on a roll and beat you. Talent wins. Talent does win. Which one do you want to back? Do you want to back system versus talent? I'm going to go with system.
No cap. Let's go Panthers.
Well, and that man, Nathan Cleary, is the one to be pulling the strings. Of course, there was a little reminder from him earlier this season about what he can do, and he's done it before to them in the 2023 Grand Final. That try.
Fuck! Don't talk about it. I want to rewatch it. I know I already watched it, but I want to watch this shit again because because it's coming up. I'm rewatching it. I don't care. I'm watching extended
We'll
highlights of it too.
And
Got
everyone's
to.
mind simply blown, and he'll be up for this. You just know that.
Yeah, I think so. You know, the big players, they
Have they played this year? Low-key should go rewatch that.
love this time of year. And, you know, Gal spoke about it earlier where, you know, some of their more senior players, they weren't in that great a touch at the start of the year, and they would have spoken about that. They would have been disappointed with how the first part of this season went for them, both as a team and as individuals. But you've just seen them slowly but surely start to increase, you know, their standards and, you know, their consistency over the last, you know, 6 weeks, and now you see them come out and produce what they did on the weekend. They're primed for a huge game to try and put themselves in another grand final.
I'm just so anxious to see how
think they're
Brisbane
gonna do
go.
it.
Because like Gus said, they're happy just to throw caution to the wind and have a dead set crack. But a few weeks ago, I think it was the week before the semi-finals, they played a real tough brand of football. Like, it was a different brand. I remember saying, Michael Maguire must be pulling his hair out. He wants his tough football team. They hadn't produced it. Then that week they go out and produce it. They played a real tough brand of football. And then the week later they obviously went back to their old ways.
That was against Storm, wasn't it?
Against the Storm. But so they do have the ability to go there and to play that.
So with the
systematic
shorties, I should watch the shorty finals. It's low-key lit, huh? Are they on the same week? Are they on week 3 too? I low-key should watch the shorty
if they want
finals.
to, but it's not generally their first thought.
I think with the Panthers
I mean,
too,
I speak too much.
you know, I know it's
Beautiful
a big
woman,
year,
word.
but with what ball the Bulldogs did have, I think they had 7 line breaks through their left-hand defence. They scored 4 tries through their left-hand defence. Probably should have scored another couple. And Casey Maguire left the field injured at one stage yesterday, had a shoulder complaint. It is a target for the Broncos. They've got some big people on that side of the field. Katoni Staggs, that's where he runs the ball. It'll come down to possession and field position, where the game is played. That'll be Cleary's aim. Cleary will have them coming off their line all day. If they can complete 20 from 20 and get the Broncos playing off their own goal line, they'll wear the Broncos
Hell yeah,
down.
no cap. I agree. We get my nigga Nate get us inside 20, and like he say, Broncos playing from their goal line. Oh yeah, no cap.
Complete
No
20
cap.
from 20 and get the Broncos
I like
playing
that.
off their own goal line.
So 2020, does that mean, okay, I might be learning something? Let me know if I'm dumb or not. He talking about, so basically, if the Panthers can play 20 from 20.
Coming off their line all day. If they can complete 20 from 20.
He basically saying, keep the Broncos inside they 20 meter year line. Like, when you on defense, keep them niggas not being able to get across the field. And then when we get the ball, try to get that bitch as close to the 20 as possible. Like, inside 20. Is that what he's saying? Or I'm dumb as shit. Worried about I'm dumb as shit.
And get the
Is that what he's saying though? Like, play in your 20 and then play in that 20. That's what we want to do.
Goal line.
Fuck the
they'll
middle
wear
of
the
the field.
Broncos down. But if the game's loose, there are opportunities to break this Panther defence line, unlike in previous years. You know, their left-hand defence does struggle.
I'm telling you that's my biggest thing. Early tries for the Panthers and defense, bro. Shout out to them niggas, man. Shout out to them niggas. That's my biggest shit. Early tries and Panthers for the defense. Let's get to it, though. It says you have to marvel. Matty and Cronk dissect. Hold on. I want to watch this one, then. Nah, yeah, we got to watch. We got to watch this one, then. Mouth-watering. Okay, mouth-watering. The boys preview a huge Sunday clash between the Broncos and the Panthers. What it say? What that shit say? Conductor versus the magician. I like it. Word. The conductor versus the magician. I ain't gonna lie. Give me the conductor any day. Give me that system. Like Dog said. Like Gus. Give me that system. I love talent. Talent is a great thing, but you need that system.
Reynolds and Reece
you need that coach.
relishing the
You need
chance
that
to
coach.
avenge their 2023 grand final loss ahead of their Suncorp showdown with the Panthers.
Reece can do whatever he wants to do. I'm there to pretty much
Keep Reece on the ruck.
Reece can do whatever he wants to do. I'm there to pretty much guide the boys around the park, and if Walsh sees an opportunity, well,
Keep
I'm
Reece
all
on
for
the ruck.
Walsh to get the ball. The media can make what they want over the last couple of months, but prior to that, I was trying to get Walsh probably more ball. I'll do whatever it requires for the team to win. If that was for me to sit out,
They starting Reynolds. I got to see the starting
How do you
list.
reflect on the 23 grand final, and does that motivate you?
Oh, I'm sure it motivates everyone in each and every way, but for me, it's a new opportunity. It's a new team, pretty much. It's new coaching staff, new players in that group, albeit there's still a lot of that group here. For me, it's another great opportunity. I'm coming towards the back end of my career.
The boys are 11 men down. We were, 16 points down with 15 minutes to go, whatever it was, and
a few swear words were said, and we're just like, look, we're just going to go after it. So everyone's got a role in the team, and Big Pano, Paddy, their job's to, kick, chase, run hard, and my job's to execute those moments.
Hold on, look, I like them Broncos, bro. But we might be overthinking this shit. Them Panthers are very good. And like he say, they was 16 down. Like old Gus was saying too, they defense struggled. Broncos defense was struggle. They wasn't playing finals footy. They wasn't playing finals defense. Hey, they like that very, very, man. This is a tough matchup because a very, very dynamic, talented, explosive team. Stags, Haas, Reece, Reynolds, Mams, all them niggas, just explosive. Billy, Benny, they can kill you, but they got that unorthodoxness, you know what I'm saying, to them to where it's not consistent. It's not consistent enough to where they need it. But recently, well, they've been winning. Let's not say they've been consistent. They've been winning. You know what I'm saying? They've been winning, so it make them scary. But hey, man, fuck, and they got that juice. They got that shit, man. This angle, this a good one.
How do you
This a
stop
good
Reece
one.
Cleary, man? Look, he
It's
crueled
another
you
one
in
of
the
them ones,
2023
man.
grand final. How do you deal with him?
How does he deal with us? That's the one question. Nah, it's exciting. He's a world-class player, mate, and if you give him opportunities, he's going to take it. It's like the same as us. If they give us opportunities, we're going to take it. So I guess it's just trying to minimise those, and I'm looking forward to the challenge.
How does he deal with us?
How does he deal with us? It's a good question,
That's
though.
such a great response from
question,
Reece
though.
Walsh. Now, the master conductor comes up against the master magician. This is mouth-watering.
I loved what Walsh said then. I've had a crack at him in the past for being too cocky in different things, but that's just honest self-belief.
That's like, man, if you ain't talking your shit and you an athlete, you ain't doing it right, honestly. If you ask me, you not talking your shit, you ain't doing it right. Let these niggas know I'm him, yeah? So y'all fuck with my nigga Cleary. But you gotta, man, Reece, if I'm Reece, I'm the star of this league. I'm the face, nigga. Fuck the golden boy. It's me. That's what I'll be feeling. But hey, Nathan Cleary
I've had a
tried
crack at him in the past for being too cocky in different things, but that's just honest self-belief. He believes he's at the peak of his powers right now. That performance when he came on against the Raiders the other day was something special. But Cleary and what we saw from him in the first half on the weekend, who wins this battle? Is it the conductor or is it the magician? Because Cleary will pick Walsh apart in areas that won't get the same focus. Walsh is so
that Reece, like word that Reece can't do. Clearly can do shit like being the conductor, the conductor nigga. He can do shit none of these niggas can do. But that shit that nigga Nathan clearly be doing. He the reason I understand the game so much, cause the niggas telling me the best. And I gotta watch. I gotta really watch. You gotta really know what you're seeing a little bit to know why he's so good and what he doing and how he setting shit up, man. I ain't gonna lie, the shit that boy Nate can do. I ain't never seen a nigga do it before. Hey, word. I ain't never seen a nigga do it before.
Cleary will pick Walsh apart in areas that won't get the same focus. Walsh is so brilliant with the ball, sometimes can be a little bit lazy.
Orthodox.
His positional play too.
His positional play and the way Cleary, his eyes just darting across the field last week, going from one side to the other, going back again.
Well, Cleary's kicking game is going to put pressure on him more than anything else, and that's where Reece Walsh at times is going to have to be on his guard. And then if you go back to the 23 grand final a long time ago, where they made those long runs with Ezra Mam and Reece, were around Cleary's side. Yeah. So there's a battle, but every player thinks that, no one says it.
I tell you what, Braith, if you're going to pit the two stars against each other, I know whose game I'd like to be backing under pressure. Nathan Cleary in the finals is irresistible. Where I think Reece Walsh, as brilliant as he is, can be temperamental. I'm sure they'll sledge him, they might bowl him over after he's passed the ball. They'll be up in his grill because they know if he is temperamental that he can unravel to some degree where the Iceman will never, ever get rattled.
Yeah, he's at different levels now, though, Reece. This is career best form for him.
Last two games.
Mate, his 20 minutes against Canberra was 16
And that was on the back of the Melbourne performance too, where
that's when
he was
things are going good. If things don't go good, that's what I want to see.
You know what I talk about?
I agree, though. This out of all the Reece shit I seen and, just my little knowledge on the game, bro, it's the best Reece Walsh I've seen. I've been saying that shit. It's like them injuries turn Reece into a new. It's like his maturity level is, like they say, self-belief, self-confidence is just him knowing how good he is and what he means to the Broncos. It's like he knows now. And then it look like he's starting to see the game better. I ain't gonna lie, the way he get on that ruck, get the move in that shit's special to me. I ain't gonna lie, that shit's special.
I realise that, good, but I'm saying in that period, though, I want to see Reece, if he's put under the heat, under the pump individually, how he stands up.
You know how Reynolds just said he kind of downplayed the 2023 grand final and how that fell apart and lost. How is that not a motivation for these players?
It's definitely, he didn't want to say it. I agree. Reynolds didn't want to say it, but if that's not a motivation for you, what are you playing for? Let's be real. Come on now. Talking about it's a new year, it's a new club. Shut the fuck up. That's the Penrith Panthers, nigga. They beat your ass, nigga. They took your ring, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Because at that point, they had that game won. They had a grand final won.
I gotta watch that shit.
Surely,
I already
if
watched
nothing else, it drives them to play out the full 80 minutes in this way.
It's a definite motivator. And having lost the grand final and back in the Roosters, and I've told this story a few times, but in 2010, we lost and we're in a position to win it. And then the same group, similar group, got a chance a few years later. I remember at the time thinking, these guys don't realise what they missed out on here. I was at the back end of my career. They were quite young. With 2 years later, or two or 3 years later, they won it. And it's definitely a motivator, but it's also, when you lose one, you know they're not easy to win and they're few and far between. And it hurts. So, for sure, I think they'll benefit from that loss. Even though it was heartbreaking, it'll make them a better team. Now, you said it throughout the year. Reece Walsh does have some deficiencies in his defence. And you think that the Panthers will try and capitalise on that?
Just the way that Cleary plays. Cleary, this grand final play, Reece was a dummy half, wasn't he, at marker? And Cleary got him at that final moment. You've seen moments during the year, and this is not having a crack at Reece because he's so brilliant to watch, but there are parts of his defensive game that you've seen over the course of the season where, if that's Tedesco, he's going at a million miles. You watch this where this comes back. I think Clifford puts the kick in. And he's still standing over the other side of the field. You know what I mean? And there was a few moments in that game, and you just...
that eye in the sky, don't lie.
You just see these every now and then. And if I see him, I reckon Nathan Cleary might be seeing them. And it'll just be interesting to see how it all goes. And Gordon, you mentioned...
okay. No cap, because Desco, dude, Dylan Edwards, you'll see flying over here. A lot of the ones you'll see coming over to make a play. Not that nigga Hammer, though. Shout out my nigga Hammer. But he is, and then he just leaving shit open back here.
The two under the high
lazy,
balls.
tie, easy up.
Cleary will put more pressure on him than anyone's been able to. The Broncos did a great job protecting Reece. Was it the game against Melbourne?
Yep.
But, it'll be interesting.
Joey Johns is the best player I've ever seen. But I reckon Nathan Cleary, in all the years I've covered the game, is the smartest footballer I think I've ever come across.
Nathan my goat. I ain't lie, I ain't watched too much footy. Nathan my goat. I ain't never seen a nigga as good as Nathan Cleary. I'ma just keep it a bit. I ain't never seen a nigga. All this football, all the footy I watched so far, but there has never been a nigga I seen better than this nigga Nathan Cleary.
Joey Johns is the best player I've ever seen. But I reckon Nathan Cleary, in all the years I've covered the game, is the smartest footballer I think I've ever come across.
I wouldn't argue that.
In the 80s, it was Peter Sterling. It was always a bit ahead, and Wally Lewis was always a bit ahead. But this bloke
wasn't too bad.
Cameron's very good too. But this bloke's education...
Wally Lewis wasn't too bad.
I just said Wally, if you were listening, which you weren't.
Mate, I got buzzers disease.
Cameron's very good too. But this bloke's education...
Wally Lewis wasn't too bad.
I just said Wally, if you were listening, which you weren't.
Mate, I got buzzers disease.
I think his education... He is unbelievably intelligent when it comes to football.
Queenslanders do have a few brains as well.
He is.
Yeah, I'm saying Gordo just ride for his guys. Like shut up, nigga. We get it. They ride for the guys.
Brains as well.
He is.
Some of them do.
I like, Gordon, what you said last night too. When you're comparing players from different eras, you've got to respect the past because right now Nathan's the best. He's the best and he ticks all the boxes that Joey did. Is he better than Joey? It's too hard to say because they're just playing in different times.
All right, what about Adam Reynolds? How big of a game is this for him?
It's massive. Like, go back to that 2023 grand final. Like, he should have closed that game out. He should have closed that game out.
I want to know how Broncos fans... If they start Reynolds, how do Broncos fans feel about that? Because I ain't gonna lie, give me Benny.
The Broncos, and he did.
That's how
His
I'm
kicking
feeling.
game went
If I was a
south.
Broncos fan.
He switched off for that moment at the end. You know, like he'll be judged on this game.
Reynolds a dog,
But like
though,
you
but-
said a moment ago, he's at the back end of his career. It might be his
He ain't
last
played in a few weeks coming in finals footy.
chance. And yeah,
Against the Panthers. This ain't no average. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like we've spoken about other halfbacks in recent weeks, you know, owning these big moments in the big games. Well, Adam's done it time and again over the course of his career.
He's
but
won
yeah,
one
there's
grand
pressure.
final, right? And no disrespect, that was Greg Inglis and Sam Burgess. He had another chance with South, missed the kick. So this would be playing. And for him to say that it's not playing on his mind, when you get beaten in big games, they're always there, Braith. Well, like, for me it was, and I still hang on the grand final that I lost, right? And then I had to find out why I wasn't good in that game. So he was bought for this moment. And deep down, he probably let the young kids down, and now the young kids have got better. I think he does need to win it.
Gordy, they've been humming along without him, let's be fair.
Yeah.
When he comes back in, do they, as the side, adapt to Adam Reynolds, or does Adam Reynolds now have to...
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say keep Benny. Because they play a completely different game with Reynolds. No cap. Reynolds, I can't think it off my head, but he don't play like Benny. They don't play the same type of 7 game. They facilitate the ball different. That's why, because the way Benny been having these Broncos looking, Benny got them looking better. If you ask me, Benny got the Broncos looking so much better. I don't know what it is, but that boy Benny got these Broncos looking very, very, very good. Like, if you ask me,
Adapt to the side. No, mate, he's got to adapt to them.
He got
He
to.
knows that. And he said that in that press conference.
Yeah, he said it.
Yeah, he would have
Reece
had
can do what he
conversation
want.
after conversation with Madge the last couple of weeks, and we even interviewed him here on NRL 360, asked him the question, how does he compliment Reece Walsh? He said, man, I just got to give him the ball in the right spots on the field. He's an experienced player.
Yeah.
He's not going to overplay his hand. He's not the type of player that does overplay his hand, to be fair.
And then Ben
do you
Hunt's
think-
still there, right, playing
But
6
do you
as
think
well.
sometimes that
No,
the
Billy-
fact that you've got these two halves who both, throughout the course of their career, have been the chief man, the chief playmaker, and I don't know, I thought when Ezra Mann came back this year, it sort of opened up Reece Walsh a bit more than he had been, and it just the chemistry between Adam and Ben has to still, both blokes have to realise that the real force is out the back.
Now, Ezra Mann, named on the bench. Is this a gamble?
I think it's a potential match winner because if there's all the focus on Reece, well, Ezra can do the same, can't he? Imagine if he comes on 20 minutes to go.
Where's he
Fresh legs.
5'8".
I ain't gonna lie, that's nervous. That's nervous. That is what's making me nervous. Fresh legs, He's a dangerous football player. I ain't gonna lie, that's a dangerous footy player. That boy, he liked them long. He liked scoring. Let's just say that. He liked running meters and he liked scoring.
Yeah, I think he'll come on about 30 minutes. That's just a gut feeling I've got. That'll push Ben Hunt into dummy half, which would be strange, though, Gordon, in that the Broncos have been so strong in the last few
Are we
weeks.
talking to Madge, or you just...
Can I please finish?
That's common sense, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm just saying that would be strange, though, in that Billy Walters obviously is not there and Ben Hunt is being moved. So the two halves would be different, despite what the Broncos have done.
Very
That's
good.
my coaching
Wow.
lesson
Great
for the week.
analysis, Bulldog.
You can use that if you want on,
No, I'm
one of your
all right,
radio
thank you very
shows.
much.
Mate, I want to get you a job
One of
up
your
there in the lab.
podcasts. You're right that you do.
Yeah. Are you coming on swinging today, Bulldog?
It's a great luxury,
Brilliant
isn't
final,
it?
mate.
If Ezra Mann's fit,
yeah.
right, and from all reports, they've been running the last couple of weeks, right, and with there's a hamstring, the luxury to have a week off, like probably under the pump, they may have come back last week, but Ezra's running threat. If he comes on after 30 minutes and he's good, you know, with tired defence.
He's
it's a bit of a
freak.
luxury.
He's a freak. He's X Factor.
He had the Clive Churchill
He
in the bag
definitely
until
did.
the last 20
It's
minutes in that
Yeah, don't be
2023
going to get
game.
it back out.
Yeah.
If Ezra's available, you put him in the team. It's as simple as that. Now, Matty
cap.
Maguire, he copped it all year. It was a bit of a roller coaster ride, and Buzz thinks he's changed his ways. Has he changed his ways, or is he just stuck solid and it's paid off and the players are enjoying their time under Madge now?
Well, it depends which way you want to think, Braith. Buzz will have you say that he's changed his ways. Others will say, no, the players have changed to adapt to Madge.
Word.
Take the choice you
What
want.
is he, a hard
Either
coach?
way, it's working. I don't think Madge will have changed. That's my gut feeling. I know what Madge is like. He's strong, he's fierce, he's ferocious.
How many blobs
Hard
has he had
coach.
that change
I
rooms
don't know.
compared
I'm not
to the
in there.
top? Well, you see it. They're
I'm not
on
in there.
camera.
But I don't think Madge has changed. I think the players have learnt to play under Madge's style.
I think their style has come back to what suits them best.
Yeah,
I think there's been a little bit of give and take here. Like, I think Madge was taken up there to
coaches got to adjust and players got to adjust. I agree with that.
A little bit more steel in them. Change a bit of attitude. I think that he's been successful in that. But I also think along the journey, he's probably picked up some tips and realised that the Broncos have to play the football that suit them.
The last month they played Broncos footy, and what I mean, like
that nigga was in there tweaking,
he's
boy.
Probably picked up some tips and realised that the Broncos have to play the football that suit them.
Broncos, the Broncos grand final was last week. Nigga, what are we talking about, man?
The last month they played Broncos footy, and what I mean, like they throw the ball around. Like we've always thrown the ball around. We're not going to grind. I've never played with the Broncos side that wants to win 10-8 ever. And it's not in their DNA. So that's really hard to train. You know how Bulldogs, like sometimes they've got their DNA. But do you know what? He's added. But the players need to express, like they've got an expressive roster. Like you just saw Reece Walsh. That's how they got to play.
It is incredible, the turnaround. Everyone's talking about Penrith. Everyone's talking about the Sharks. Remember the Magic round and the Broncos and where they were at that time and how they were playing at that period, and people were writing them off galore, severely. And they have really just turned it on the back end of the year.
Who y'all got, man? What the? I ain't gonna lie, we gotta watch this shit too. That Dan Hooker shit, we gotta watch. We gotta watch that. What? Hey man, say man, what it say? You have to be. We ain't gonna lie. We get anything talking Panthers. We got it. We got word. Even though it's last week against them Broncos, against them Bulldogs, we gotta hear what they saying though. Shout out Matty and Cronk. Let's get a little technical. See what the guys got to say, man.
Mate,
Did you get on them back in the day?
I didn't. I was about to say I'm a dope because I remember we were here at $31, and I remember one point I said, mate, there'll be a point in the season where you go, man, I should have backed him.
I was finna say, they talking about betting. Oh, God, hey, should have bet on the Panthers. Then there's 31 on the dollar.
We were here at $31, and I remember one point I said, mate, there'll be a point in the season where you go, man, I should have backed him.
Should have took him.
And I should have walked out of here and backed him, but anyway.
Like they are warming to this back end of the season. They're doing all the right things, and you think about the way they've won 4.
They made that look easy.
They're doing all the right things, and you think about the way they've won 4 comps in a row, is they've done it over their defence, good completion rate, and Nathan Cleary's king game and management, right?
And that's the way they gonna do that shit this year. Sounds just like what we need, man.
What did they do yesterday?
Hey.
Defensively, it's so strong.
Sounds exactly
really
like what we need,
the
man.
Dogs attack. Their first error came in like the 60th minute or something.
Yeah.
And Nathan Cleary dominated the game
Get off.
again. Like they're just doing the fundamentals better than anyone else at the right time of the year. And the Dogs were beaten up. They didn't have their best players there, but the coaching masterclass and the execution of the attack. I don't think I've seen too many impressive performances this year. Nathan and Ivan have done it again.
The precision, you said, Cooper, their attack was amazing, and to watch them, that just the science they play with, it's so beautiful to watch. And at the moment, in a game which has become obsessed with sequences and formations and shapes, nothing beats like a clever draw and pass ball movement.
Yeah.
And you see it yesterday, even if they did a little sweep option, rather than go for the cutout ball, it's dink, 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 dink through the hands. Great to watch.
Yeah, you and I are rugby league nerds, and there's a couple of moments from...
Geniuses.
Geniuses. A couple of moments from Nathan Cleary that you just have to marvel at.
Yeah.
The 40-20 in the second half, he's on the wrong
Shitty,
side.
they ain't show me that 40-20.
Yeah. He shapes as if he's going to his left. That sends Connor Tracy, and poor Rinakama just didn't have any eyes for Nathan, just came back across and kicked the 40.
I ain't gonna lie, once I realized the importance of the 40-20s and like how big them, I ain't gonna lie, them really like some of the best plays of the game, man. 40-20. If you got somebody who could kick the 40-20, like Nate, like his kicking game, like where Nate's fucking right foot, left foot, whatever foot he want to use is the best foot I didn't ever see. He made me. That's what I'm saying. This nigga Nate. I said this shit early in this video. This nigga made me realize how like the game. He made me learn the game, bro. This nigga kicking game. He made me realize how important kicking game. A kicking game can win the game literally for you. If you got somebody who know how to kick it very well and just a good kicking game, where you can win a game. Like,
Brennan Karma just didn't have any eyes for Nathan, just came back across and kicked the 40-20. The
40-20
pass
is
to Tungo,
amazing,
the
though.
the slick rocket ball that he threw, like that is...
Yeah.
And that is just centimetre perfect for the pass to get on the outside. And then the squareness for the top try. I just love that he didn't overplay his hand, went arrow straight, created space for Talangi to do his thing. So there's a couple of little moments, not too many people would pick up, that was part of the big storyline that was Nathan's performance.
That kick, we had Isaiah Katoa on the show last night, and that's what you just said there. He said, like, his hindy went, oh, he kicked it. And Isaiah Katoa goes, no, you got no idea how hard that was. From that side, and you watch it, Coop, and we again use the word science, but it was such a slight banana, you know what I mean? He hit it just enough.
It's all got to do with your hips. So he's facing in a direction with his hips that says to Connor Tracy, I'm going to kick to my left. And as the pass comes, Connor Tracy moves. He actually just twists his hips back the other way and kicks it straight. And Connor Tracy couldn't see it because he was on his bike going the other way.
Yeah. I told a couple of fellas yesterday I want to give a mention to Paul Alamotti.
Paulie Show.
Yeah. And, you know, when Thomas Jenkins got dropped, I thought, boy, that's a tough call. He's been so good. And it is a tough call.
Yeah.
But Alamotti, man.
So the recruitment of, let's say, Alamotti, Papali'i and Blaze Talangi have really added a point of difference to what Penrith have already done over the course of the last 4 to 5 years. Alamotti had a day over
Come
the
on,
course of the last
Marab.
4 to 5
Get off
years.
me, bitch.
Alamotti had a day out. 3 tries, ran for
Against
over
the side
200
that
metres.
released him.
That's the point, right? So there's just this inspiration for him to come out and say, you know what, you probably should have backed me in because I'm doing these type of things. Inspiration for him to come out and say, you know what, you probably should have backed me in because I'm doing these type of things.
Trainer talking
it was
shit.
a bit controversial when Jenkins was pretty good. Like, he was playing okay.
I think you're there. The player of the year.
Yeah,
you got a major award.
Brian To'o had a bit of an injury and got rested. And
Jenkins
Alamotti
was balling. Jenkins was balling. Milky!
Things.
My nigga Milky was balling.
Was pretty good. Like, he was playing okay.
He was balling.
The player of the year.
Yeah,
you got a major award.
Brian To'o had a bit of an injury and got rested. And Alamotti just
Milky brought us here,
done.
man.
But there's one thing I wouldn't mind having a look at is just, we spoke about the attacking masterclass of Penrith, using their big men on the edges. Now, going into the game, there was no Crichton. So what they did, they've made Galvin and Sexton vulnerable because Cherry and Burton were either side. They put big men around the halves, and all of a sudden the whole line holds. Look, there's Isaiah ball playing 2 passes wide. Sexton gets caught in, and they get the skill.
Let me try to hear what he's saying.
And it was a bit controversial when Jenkins was
saying.
pretty good. Like, he was playing okay.
I think you're there. The player of the year.
Yeah,
you got a major award.
Brian To'o had a bit of an injury and got rested, and Alamotti's just slipped in and got it done. But there's one thing I wouldn't mind having a look at is just, we spoke about the attacking masterclass of Penrith, using their big men on the edges. Now, going into the game, there was no Crichton. So what they did, they've made Galvin and Sexton vulnerable because Cherry and Burton were either side. They put big men around the halves, and all of a sudden the whole line holds. Look, there's Isaiah ball playing 2 passes wide. Sexton gets caught in, and they get the skill. There's Isaiah ball around the halves, and all.
When he's saying they put big man around the halves, what are you saying? So they putting like Moses
and vulnerable because Cherry and Burton were either side. They put big men around the.
Fuck, I don't know what the fuck he mean when he said that. Is he talking about big man around like Nate? Or is he talking about big man around like they halves? What's they fucking half? Fuck! I gotta know the positions in that shit. Damn, so he's saying they put big men around the halves though. And then it kept these boys like stagnant. It held them though. Kept them stagnant.
The halves, and all of a sudden the whole line holds.
And now, you know what I'm saying? They stuck in mud basically.
Look.
Then we get outside, okay. So they respected them big niggas, is what he's saying.
Ball playing 2 passes wide. Sexton gets caught in, and they get the skill on the other side. The way that they just changed slightly their attack. Nathan Cleary to Isaiah Yeo, and then a big man just there holding up kick out.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It just creates space. And they did it to the other side as well. Just the ability for Nathan to know what plays he's got, going straight, getting the guys like
Big 11 out here. He put Big 11 out here.
To know what plays
that what they saying?
Going straight, getting the guys like Liam Henry, Isaiah Yeo, Lindsay Smith, Papali'i, just on the edges around Galvin, gets indecision and allows it to unfold. On the edges around Liam Henry, Isaiah Yeo, Lindsay Smith, Papali'i.
So okay. I'm getting it now. He put that sort of
other side. The way that they just change.
So they put I'm getting it now. So they put like Big Yo, like I think he said over Burt. Put the big niggas over a nigga who can't tackle him. So it's like they gotta respect it so much. They gotta hold. So the defensive line gotta hold. Okay.
Slightly their attack. Nathan Cleary to Isaiah Yeo, and then a big man just there holding up the kick out.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It just creates space. And they did it to the other side as well. Just the ability for Nathan to know what plays he's got, going straight, getting the guys like Liam Henry, Isaiah Yeo, Lindsay Smith, Papali'i, just on the edges around Galvin, gets indecision and allows it to unfold.
The other one, Blaze Talangi. If we switch to defence now, every time we've watched Blaze play through the year, you start to see his progression. You know, he's getting more comfortable with the football. He's understanding his role. He understands how to complement Nathan. What really impressed me yesterday was his defence, his decision-making defence. Penrith really compressed their line, you know, and they were inviting the Dogs to use the football. And as you know, Coop, if you're going to defend that tight, it does make you vulnerable, and you're relying sometimes on someone in the defence line to make the right decision, snuff it outside in. He did it a couple of times yesterday.
A couple of times, but then on the flip side, Preston found him out a couple of times too. Him and Casey McLean, which we'll look into that preview with the Panthers for the Broncos a little bit. But I think the halves defence up against Reece Walsh is going to be...
A couple of times yesterday.
A couple of times, but then on the flip side, Preston found him out a couple of times too. Him and Casey McLean, which we'll look into that preview with the Panthers for the Broncos a little bit. But I think the halves defence up against Reece Walsh is going to be crucial. There's an argument, we'll dive in a bit later, they should not let the ball get to Reece Walsh. Outside in defence.
I agree, bro. I agree. I think that's where the Panthers win. Defense, bro. We got to play defense, bro. I think the Panthers have the strong defense last week. It got to be even stronger this week. I think that this game is won on defense, bro. Defense wins championships. It's so true. It's so real. Panthers go out here and play defense. I think they win. They win. They don't even got to score. You just stop them niggas. You win. You know what I'm saying? They go out here and play defense. Don't let Reece get loose. Don't let that speed kill us, man. That's all I'm looking at right now. When I look at Broncos, don't let that speed, that explosiveness, that dynamic athlete. They're so athletic. They're very talented players. You know what I'm saying? Once in a generation type niggas. You can't let them niggas get loose, bro. They got a lot of speed, very dynamic athletes that you just can't let see a seam, see a hole, and goodbye.
Often, so Reece doesn't get the ball.
Yeah, gotcha. Some of the performances, Brian yesterday in yardage, unbelievable. Moses Leota, boy, oh boy, he was fantastic.
Shout out Big Moses, man. Shout out Big Moses. Then they dropping more videos. Hold up. Come on, Canola. Hey, Sharks. Y'all boys be talking crazy. Let's see what these boys got to say about them Sharks, man. Because I don't know too much about the Sharks.
Because we talk about, like I said on the show last night, every side, you have almost an identity. Like if or something that sums them up. If I look at Penrith, I say, precision. Melbourne, discipline. When I always look at the Sharks, the thing that comes to mind is, hey, they're nice guys.
Yeah.
The last 2
Hey, that's disrespectful.
2 weeks.
He playing with y'all niggas.
They're up the ante, they're talking tough, and they're backing it up. I like it.
Yeah, Fitzgibbon, Hines, Fanua Blake, they're all talking like there's this siege mentality, Cronulla versus the world. And sometimes that can be
they don't get that respect.
Quite a good thing to focus in on and get nasty and get tough.
Yeah, they're going to die for their respect.
I really liked what the Sharks did. I thought they won the game with their goal line defence. The Raiders had a lot of possession, dominated the good ball early on. And yes, Corey Horsburgh scored 1 try, but the Sharks' goal line defence was rock solid. And in big games, I'm not sure what the stats are, but when you defend your goal line for a fair chunk in the first 20 minutes and you don't let the opposition score many points. You almost force the opposition into options 3, 4, and 5.
Panic mode. That's what I want the fucking, that's what the Panthers need to do to the Broncos. Stop them early, defense, score early, then make the Broncos like, what the fuck? Now they playing behind. I think when the Broncos playing behind, Reece get behind, finals round to go to the grand finals versus Panthers, I don't think he's going to play right. I don't think he's going to play the good game, the clean game that they've been playing. I don't think the Broncos will do that.
They didn't plan
My bad, it's about the Sharks.
And it builds confidence because then you get down the other end and they did it again. 2 tries in 5 minutes, going to halftime. Like it was a very rock-solid performance. And to go to the Raiders and get the job done, that's a dialed-in performance.
Mate, like the late season surge from the Sharks, I think there's a couple of things here. That powerful yardage combination, Ronaldo and Adam Fanil-Blake. Ronaldo gets the sets going, Fanil-Blake finishes them off.
Yep.
You know, very, very good in yardage. Mate, key creative players finally forming combination. Nico and Trindle, but also Blake Brayley.
Yep.
And the other one is just great back rowers. They have great back rowers, and I don't know any other side in the competition that rely on their back rowers more. Because if you watch them play, Coops, Sharks have a tendency to drift sideways. But, mate, the back rowers, they just correct it all the time.
Billy Burns is playing really well. He's keeping Nickera on the bench. Once you've got that back 3 front rowers doing the damage, when Trindle and Nico Hines put it together, that was... They've played good games before, but that was, as a pairing, that was one of their best.
Coops, and that's it. Like, they have... Do you know, like, I was talking to Craig Fitzgibbon at the start of the year, we're having a yarn about, you know, Nico and Trindle and the age-old argument, which is, you know, who's running the show, who's 7, who's 6, all that sort of stuff. And Fitzy made a good point. He said, you know, they've been together now a couple of seasons, but they actually haven't played a lot of football together. You know, there's been, you know, Trindle's, you know, there's been suspensions, there's been injuries, but you can see them, like, I thought that the second try they scored was the perfect example of how they've formed combinations, and they've identified each other's strengths and how to complement it. And they, you know, it was a two sequence play. They went down the left. Trimble told a little lie out the back to Nico, who sat and just put him. I think it was Kaoliro down that left-hand side, and then the following play, no setups. Trindle just took the ball, wandered across, trust himself, inside ball, you know, and Hines react and run.
When you make a line break near the goal line, the normal mindset of a half is pass, and get to the extremities. But Trindle just went into run mode, and that forced Nico Hines not thinking about passing the ball to support player. And I like that I like that Trindle controlled the game. Like, his kicking game was good, but then Nico took his time and hit the scoreboard when he needed to. And the one thing about Nico is, I'm going to give him a rap here, is that he's a nice guy. He's a tremendous guy, right? And he does a lot of work in the community and things like that. But the fact that he's got this little bit of arrogance, telling everyone that no one's giving me respect. It's good. He actually looks like he's playing an aggressive mindset.
Yeah, that's how you
actually
I love arrogance.
Direct north-south as opposed
especially
to
from athletes.
east-west. So Nico, keep doing it.
No, that's really where I love
big
it
game
at.
for him against
athletes.
Blake Brayley, geez, his elevation, not just his football, his leadership. You know, I love through the week.
See, I don't know about these
They
Sharks,
asked him about, you know, Cronulla. You know, they're out there and, you know, you're proving the critics wrong in the media. Well, if you're relying on media for motivation, it's pretty empty motivation.
Okay.
I love, he said the other day, he was talking about it and he said, you know, there's a bar over there that we all sit together on Mad Monday and have a beer and reflect on the season. And he said, I said to the players, no more of that. We don't want to be there again. Yeah. We want to be there on the last day.
Yeah. He's playing that well. I think he might be going on a kangaroo tour. Harry Grant is the number one. Yep. There's no doubt about that. But there's a fair chance he better get his passport ready.
Raiders. Coops, it was the big talking point going in. Everyone was reflecting on how much was that, you know, that previous game, the Sunday before, how much was going to weigh on them. And look, there was no doubt. Like, lose Ethan Strange was a huge loss leading into the game because he brings the energy. Yeah. And every time Cronulla had sustained possession, you just saw them getting closer to hit the wall. Yeah. And I think the point where you go, oh, they're gone, the Billy Burns try, where Billy just wandered across, and it was just, it was the defence line that was just on the ropes. Yeah. And at that point, Billy scores and it's 18-12, but you're watching the game.
That's terrible right there. Yeah, it was over.
They came. It was the defence line that was just on the ropes. And at that point,
Jamal,
Billy
that's
scores
terrible.
and it's 18-12, but you're watching the game and they've got
terrible.
nothing left.
Jamal didn't want to make a tackle.
It was the defence line that was just on the ropes. And at that point, Billy scores and it's 18-12, but you're watching the game and they've got nothing left in the tank.
They came out with a really good mindset, Canberra. They were aggressive. They dominated the first period of time. And they got some penalties and actually had the confidence to go and score the try. So it showed that they were going after the contest. But you know, have a look at some vision about their goal line attack early on. And with no Ethan Strange, I think they just played too many short passes.
Yeah, right.
One thing they'd look in hindsight is they needed Kyo Weeks to move around the field more. So short passes, Starling here just peppering them.
I don't know. I feel like, bro, it ain't about the Raiders no more. They kind of lost, but that man, Weeks had to step up, and he didn't do it. That's how I felt. He low-key been missing for some weeks due to Ethan Strand. I feel like Ethan was becoming the new KO Weeks. He was taking that role over of, nigga, what? I'm finna score. You niggas can't stop me. And then it was Weeks' turn to do that again, and he just wasn't there.
For Young, I think Jamal Fogarty played a lot of short passes, and it just played into the hands. Here they just keep layering off here and shutting down. Now, at this stage, the Sharks are getting confidence. Like, doesn't matter what you throw at us, we are continuing to go along here. They scored a try through Corey Horsburgh, but they just needed Jamal Fogarty to combine with Hudson Young and Kyo Weeks a little bit more than just doing the short passes in and around the ruck, because ultimately they didn't throw enough at the Sharks to make them feel not comfortable.
What do you think, Susan? I'll give them an 8.5 out of 10.
I'm giving them a 9.5.
Yeah, right.
Like, they were good. They were great, actually. They were more than good. They were great. And if you give them the regular season, you are pushing 10, because I don't think too many people saw them get the minor premiership. But they had to win for week 1 to have a shot at this title, and they just didn't manage to get over it.
That last 14 minutes of regular time, to have that time again. Yeah. Because it threw so much out. You know, like Ricky quite rightfully so said, no, hang on a minute, we're the minor premiers, we're going to play on the Sunday. Yeah. And to lose that game in a quick turnaround.
I've been in their shoes, and looking back on a game that you probably should have won, you spend the next 3 months analysing it in your own head. They need to work out what happened in the final series to make sure it doesn't happen again. And I think Ricky Stewart will be looking at that deeply.
Shout out Matty and Cronk. Have I watched this? Hold up, 5B Dream Aloud. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's see what's going on with this.
The race to the...
When this bitch drop, it might be old. It's old, man. 16 hours ago. Nah, we gonna get up out of here. We already been in here an hour. I ain't gonna waste no much more of your time. Hey, shout out to our boys, man. I'll probably watch this bitch later. You never know. Shout out to our boys, man. Appreciate y'all. Hey, man. Hell of a matchups we got. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, Sharks, Storm. I hope them Storm don't think they just got grand final ticket punched. I hope they ain't buying tickets already. Hey, Storm, boy, y'all better not play with them Sharks, nigga. Hey, all I'm gonna say, nigga, you better not play with them Sharks, nigga, because, hey, you might be in for a rude surprise before you know it. Word to broski before you know it. Hey, man, shout out to y'all boys, dog. I appreciate y'all. Y'all boys have a great day. Y'all boys stay litty. Just some American rugby guy. You know, not too body crazy. Just some American rugby guy.